We are excited to welcome to this week's episode of the Hog Talk, Arkansas baseball player Peyton Holt. So we'll just start out with you, Peyton. How are you doing? How's spring practice scrimmages going so far?
Doing great. We're 11 days, away from the season. We're excited. Everything's looking good. Group's looking real good. We're ready. We're just ready to get going.
Yeah, I think us as fans, we're kind of right there with you. Everybody's itching. The way
Oh,
the football season had high expectations, kind of disappointment there, and then same way with basketball. Well, I think everybody's just kind of ready for another fresh start with baseball, and you guys always live up to the hype. So, from a fan's perspective, we're pumped and itching for it too. So, just to kind of take a little bit of a step back here, walk us through kind of your recruiting process in high school. Obviously, you went to Crowder College for a couple of years before jumping to Arkansas. So, what was that recruitment process like? As far as were no schools like Arkansas looking at you at the time, and that's why you wanted to go to Crowder and kind of work your way up? Or walk us through that if you don't mind.
So actually, I committed to Louisiana Lafayette, and I went there for a fall, and that was the same time that Coach Robichaux passed away, and they brought in another coach, and he cut like a third of the team and brought in a bunch of new guys. And so I got cut in like beginning of November of my freshman fall, and then went to Crowder from there. And so, I mean, it was kind of weird. I mean, I was always like, oh, I got to go Division 1. And going to Crowder, I learned a lot. It was awesome. It's a grind for sure. But so I went to Crowder for, I guess, COVID season was my first season there. And then I was there for 2 extra years, and then came to Arkansas afterwards.
So, kind of thinking about that, looking at that, was your goal always kind of did you want to get to Arkansas or just to that Division 1 level?
Man, I mean, growing up in Arkansas, it's obviously a dream to play here, play for the fan base, for the state. It wasn't like if I don't go to Arkansas, I'm not going to play, obviously. But that was all the goal. If Arkansas didn't recruit me, then I would have went and played somewhere else. But I mean, they did. I'm glad I'm here. It's been a blessing. Close to home, getting to play for these fans, for a good group of guys. It's been a good run.
Yeah, you're continuing a little bit of the legend of the old Greenwood Bulldogs coming to the U of A and making statements in games and things of that nature. So that's been definitely a fun thing to watch from a hometown boys perspective. So, kind of following that up, obviously, you went through a couple of years at Crowder, learning a lot of the ropes there and things, and then entered the transfer portal after a couple of pretty good seasons. How did that go for you as far as who reached out first? Was it you reaching out to the Arkansas program? Coach Dave Van Horn, did he reach out to you? Things of that nature. How'd that go?
So it was Coach Thompson who he came and watched me play. I guess it was a scrimmage because he watched former teammate Cody Adcock. He watched him pitch against me, and then after that, it was just like, hey, we'd love to have you. And I was obviously like ecstatic, just that it had been a dream. So I committed on the spot. I mean, it was like a week after, but I called him, just talked over it with my parents, and it was pretty cool. And then I got to, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with Van Horn until I committed all the way up through those years. And so I committed, then me and Van Horn talked, and it was good.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like you said, all these Arkansas kids, with how good Arkansas is always consistently being, it's a dream to play for Arkansas. And like you, it took some little work to get there, but you made it. And so now you're here. So you've been with the Arkansas baseball program for a few seasons now. So what are some things that you've kind of learned from DVH and the staff along the way to help you grow as a player?
Man, it's that I've been taught a lot. Just there's things that you don't learn until you get to this level. I mean, it's just a different game with the fielding, the footwork and all that. I mean, I thought I was really good in JUCO, and I got here and I was like, whoa, I'm kind of behind. Just in the state of like, it's just a different level. Man, I've learned a lot. Defense, hitting wise, we have really good hitting coaches, and they do a good job of not pointing out your weaknesses, but like if you have a weakness, we're gonna grind it and we're gonna improve that weakness. And obviously not every swing's perfect. And so just finding my weakness in my swing and then working out the kinks. And they've done a really good job with everybody that's come through here doing the same thing. And, just taught me a lot. And I'm really grateful.
That's awesome to hear, man. I know there's so much knowledge on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that have been there for quite some time, and I think DVH has done a fantastic job on keeping some of that coaching talent around him. I know we've lost, some guys along the way here and there.
Yeah.
Like Vitello, for example, kind of back a couple of years ago. But for the most part, it seems like our pitching staff, coaching, and a lot of, like Nate Thompson's been there quite a long time.
Yeah.
And that's definitely, I think, built some consistency and provides kids a lot of sounding board and just experience that they can glean off of, which is good. So I'll kind of change the pace a little bit, get it off of things that you learned. What are some of your best memories that you've had playing for the Razorbacks so far, playing at Baum in front of the home crowd?
Man, that regional atmosphere, I know we didn't come out on top, but that game, so I only played in the first game and then I got hurt. It was just, I've never experienced anything I've been to like a few big time games, but I've never experienced playing in that kind of atmosphere, and it was just surreal. And then my favorite memory is when we beat LSU in the SEC tournament. I mean, it was just a good game all around. But yeah, definitely those two, and then hopefully create a lot more this year. That's all that matters right now.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear, some very memorable games and things like that. It's always fun. The atmosphere at Baum is almost unmatched. That's coming from an Arkansas fan, but I've heard, numerous other people say Baum's a tough place to play, that, we max out the crowd and things of that nature. And so, kind of looking at, you grew up it's always a kid's dream to come to Arkansas if you're from Arkansas. So what is some advice that you could give, or if you had to look back and give yourself in high school that want to play for a program like Arkansas, what's a piece of advice or something that you would tell them to work on or work with if that's their dream, is to play Division I, or if it even is Arkansas, like a program to this level?
Man, I mean, just outwork everybody and, be patient. You might not get the results you want right away. Whether that's in the game or long term, you might not get the school you want, but if you go play at a smaller school or a JUCO per se, and you keep working and grinding that, you'll get everything will play out how it's supposed to. And so just being patient, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and that's kind of my motto. Cause I'm not the most talented player on the field. I mean, there's some guys that roll out there and they have every tool you can imagine. And it's just wow, God bless them. But, just working hard and being patient and just keep going, being persistent.
I think that's a true testament to kind of what you show on the field too, man. You're one of the, in my opinion, one of the more explosive guys out there that has a lot of hype and entertainment kind of factor behind him. And I think that's a testament to how hard you work. I think us as fans, we see that. And that's personally, that's one of the reasons why you're kind of a fan favorite for the Razorback baseball fans out there. You bring a lot of electricity, a lot of energy, and that kind of is a mirror of what you probably show in practice. Obviously, you play how you practice. So yeah, that's awesome to see, and I think that's a true testament. And it's good words to kind of live by outside of even baseball.
For sure.
I know, just me in my professional career, it hasn't gotten to where it got right off the rip. It took a lot of trial and error, a lot of failure before you get successes sometimes. So definitely some good advice there. So we'll kind of go outside of baseball here, just kind of talking off the field. What are some interesting things that you like to do outside of baseball? Some of your most fun things to do that aren't baseball oriented?
Man, me and Kendall, we play Fortnite it's dude, we probably play a little bit too much. Man, video games is big, just chilling in my room, chilling with the guys on the game. We'll play some cards, we'll play some poker. We'll have guys over, watch a big football game, play some poker. Man, that's really it. It's Arkansas. There's not, a lot to do. We will go golf every now and then, but we try not to a lot because of swing. But
and it's expensive, man.
Yeah. Ooh, baseball players, we don't keep many balls on the fairway, so it's a lot of balls to pay for. But yeah, I mean those three things for sure, and then we'll just relax sometimes. Throw on a movie downstairs, hang out.
Do you live with Kendall?
Yeah, me and Kendall are roommates. Me, Kendall, and Faraday.
That's awesome, man. That's cool to hear.
Live together. And our house is kind of like the hangout spots. Like when we watch like the Super Bowl, we're gonna probably watch here. Just have all the guys over and hang out.
Well, with that being said, quickly, it's not a question we had on our list, but you mentioned it. What do you have a Super Bowl pick?
Do I? So there's this kind of ongoing thing where like there's a good number of guys who are like big Kansas City Chiefs fans, and I don't really pay attention to football that much. But so like every week in the postseason, like whoever's Kansas City's play, like I'll post it on my story and like root for that team. And every team I've rooted for has gotten beat. But so yesterday I went and bought this number, and
nice.
I wore it to the field today. Been wearing it around the house, and Kendall's not very happy about it. But I'm just gonna cheer for the Niners and try and make some people mad. But I honestly, I don't know. I don't really care who wins.
It's hard to hate Brock Purdy, even though a lot of people seem to. He's such an underdog story that somehow gets a ton of hate. But
exactly,
I'm kind of with you. I think I'm pulling for the Niners as well.
Me too.
A couple of ex-Razorbacks on that team that it'd be cool to see them guys get a ring for sure. Well, we won't keep you too much longer. So just kind of one thing to wrap up a little bit. We've talked about a little bit on some of your favorite memories. What's one thing that you're looking forward to making a memory of this upcoming season right around the corner? Obviously, Omaha's the goal, but what's something you're looking forward to the most?
I mean, it's obviously like it's my last season, as a Hog. So I don't have any more eligibility. But man, just enjoying every single day. I mean, not taking anything for granted, because I'm gonna look back in probably 10 years and be like, wow, that was probably the most fun I've ever had, playing this game in this atmosphere. I would say like for the team, man, obviously Omaha is the goal. Like that'd be surreal getting there and, making a run to win it. Looking forward to, just hopefully winning the SEC again. That Texas A&M series is going to be a lot of fun going there. That's kind of one that I'm looking forward to. And then the Florida series at home is going to be electric. I mean, Bomb's going to be bumping then. I would say those two series are what I'm looking forward to most, but honestly, just taking it day by day, enjoying every single day. Cause I mean, we're all going to look back and as for the year and just be, wish we would have taken one more day, less day for granted.
I think a lot of people can agree with that testament.
Yeah.
In all different phases of their life. But great take there, man.
I was about to say, Seth, I don't know about you, but for me, when I think of that Florida series, Peyton, you mentioned that's always electric. What comes to mind is a couple of years ago, that big Charlie Welch home run to kind of seal the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I would say that's probably the most electric home run I've seen and here ever. Just being an Arkansas fan for a long time. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun series. I'm looking forward to it.
That is something I think I'm actually pretty excited about this year. We seem to have gotten blessed by the baseball gods as far as our home schedule.
Yeah,
we've got some good SEC matchups at home this year, with A&M almost kind of being the only one that's on the road.
Yeah,
between like LSU, Florida. We'd get Tennessee at home this year.
I don't think we
don't play them this year, do we?
Yeah.
And then I know we've got Mississippi State and Ole Miss both at home, which is
We
crazy.
open up with Missouri at home, I think.
Yeah, I think that is right. So a lot of good SEC matchups coming up at home. So we'll have plenty of opportunities to see you guys ball out. And like I said, I think that's something that we as Hog fans are beyond excited for, to see some good, consistent, fun play that everybody can rally behind and have a good time with. That, fingers crossed, isn't a disappointing season, kind of how some of the other big sports have been. So
for sure,
we're rooting for you guys, man. We're so excited.
We appreciate
it's gonna be a fun one.
We're ready to go.
Yeah, so awesome. We thank you for taking the time. We wish you guys the best of luck. I know Seth and I will be there as much as we can, rooting you guys on. We're looking forward to the season. And so for all you Pig Wiggly fans out there, this has been Hog Talk with Peyton Holt. and get out there and check out some Arkansas baseball this season. It's sure to be electric and a fun time. So we thank Peyton Holt again for coming on the show, and we'll catch you later.